This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. The Western Washington Amateur Television Society is a group of amateur radio enthusiasts that take to the airways with fast scan television. We have a repeater located up on Cougar Mountain. We transmit on 70 centimeters. It's a crossband repeater. Spits out images at 1.2 gigahertz. To find out more about the Western Washington Amateur Television Society, please Google WW7ATS. That's Google WW7ATS. That will take you to our homepage on the internet. There you'll see the exact frequencies we transmit on and receive. Also, you'll find a link there that will take you to YouTube, where we stream our nets held Wednesdays and Saturdays between 8 and 9 o'clock. Also, we'd like to thank the SeaTac Repeater Association for letting us use WW7STR's repeater 147.08 with a specific tone of 103.5 for this net. Again, that tone is 103.5 for this net. This is Dave, KD7CYM. I'll pause momentarily in case anybody has emergency traffic or needs to make a contact on the 08 machine. Not hearing any. Welcome to the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the 08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. Signed in via video link already is Ron, KD7QKU, Bob, K9PQ, Jim, N7QO, and myself, Dave, KD7ZYM. Is there anybody else wishing to check into the net? Hearing none, let's go to Ron, KD7QKU.
Thank you very much, Dave, KD7QKU. Well, I'm over here on a troubleshooting page. I'm trying to look at it to see if there's something I need to do. I guess for now, I can't get a video in. I can get voice, but I can't get video in. So I'm going to turn it back to you right now, and I'm going to keep looking here for a second.
Thanks with that. I also see video connected in my location. So anyway, I got a green screen. Let's go to Bob, K9PQ.
Okay, well, I know I'm streaming up to the repeater, but what I don't know is if it's getting out. What I see on YouTube is just the just our ident screen. So I think maybe no one has switched the input, and we're in kind of a tough spot because Wade's out of town and James is under the weather. So I'm not sure we're going to get any video out at all. I'm not sure that it's gonna get any better even when we get Discord, but we'll keep trying and see if we get there tonight. This will be our chance to try and deal with technical difficulties. Okay, sending it back, K9PQ.
K9PQ, thanks for that. Let's go to Jim, N7QO.
N7QO. Thank you, Dave. Good evening, gentlemen. And for your information, there was a double when you were trying to call me. So maybe we should see who that was. Maybe someone has some useful information for us.
CYM. And this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. Let's, anybody calling, please try again.
Hey, but you don't give me a chance. I said Wade showed up on the screen, but I don't see his picture either. KD7QKU.
Okay, thanks for that. Well, let's go back to Jim, N7QO.
N7QO, thank you, Dave. Well, good evening, everyone. Apologize for missing a couple nets here. I have been, like, really busy. Oh well, here I am now. Yeah, there's no video on the 1.2 gigahertz repeater, so I don't think you'll see, won't see anything on YouTube. I'm not sending video tonight. I don't know. I seem to remember the last time I tried to log in on that Discord thing, there were some problems that arose. I was not successful in doing that. I thought we were going to go ahead and use Zoom. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, maybe something else will happen soon. Or maybe not. Back to you, Dave, N7QO.
N7QO, thanks for that. This is Dave, KD7CYM in Lake City. Oh, what a beautiful day it was today. 62 degrees, overcast outside right now. Well, my main accomplishment today was go to Costco, and I needed some bedding and got some pillows and a blanket and laundry supplies. And oh yes, that ever important $5 chicken that Costco has, I picked up. So that's about what I've done today. So with that, I'll send it back up to Ron, KD7QKU.
Break. Okay, Dave, I think you went kind of quick. I'm assuming you gave the channel to me. Is that right? Still too quick. I didn't hear your voice, but I'm assuming I haven't. So, I did get a message from Wade, and he's asking you guys to try to start video again. And you might need to do the same as I asked you to do before, which is, hang up and come back in again. But first, just try video and see how that works. Okay, back to net, K9PQ.
Thanks for that, Bob. Well, let's try Ron, KD7QKU.
Okay, this is KD7QKU. All right, I hit the phone. I went out, I came back in, I could activate my camera, so now I see my picture. So, everything seems to be working fine now. So you have to hit the red phone down there at the bottom of the page and then go up and come back in again. And then you can turn your camera on. Okay, Jim, you weren't here the last time. So Wade and I spent all Saturday afternoon transmitting digital, and it just worked beautiful. So he came over to my house, he brought Bob's receiver, and we hooked it up to my little flat screen TV on the patio, and I used a little mag mount 2-meter antenna, and Wade was transmitting 1 watt, and I got an outstanding P5 picture. So then we and my TV was battery powered, so we put it in his van, and we put the receiver in there, and we put my mag mount antenna on, and we drove all over Tacoma, trying to see how far out we could receive the picture, and then we could receive the picture quite a ways. It was amazing. So then we went over to the ham club, Tacoma Ham Club, and it froze up over there. So then we went back to Wade's house, and he increased the power. And we went back to the ham club, and it froze up again. So then we went back to Wade's house and he put it on maximum power. And when we drove all over again anyway, by then it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I said, I think, Wade, it's time for me to go home. So then he went back, and as he may tell you, I don't know, he changed the bandwidth and stuff. And then he was able to get a picture over at the clubhouse, at the Tacoma Ham Club. He wants to put on, I think, a presentation over there. Then on Sunday, he drove up to Cougar Mountain with the mobile unit, and he received a beautiful picture, he said, up at Cougar Mountain from his house on 20 watts, I think it is. So digital is alive and well and working really good. Back to net, KD7QKU.
Again, welcome to the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. I'm Dave, KD7CYM. Let's go to Bob, G9PQ.
Okay, well, I'm going to switch my video in here, even though it doesn't look like we're actually getting anywhere. But just in case we do get it switched in. Yeah, so thanks to Wade, he made some change. I still don't quite understand it, but I'll talk with him later. It's his anniversary today. That's why they're headed down there, by the way. And so he's headed out, and I'll find out later if you know what changes he made, and you know how I can kind of keep on top of it myself too. Let's see. Well, what else? Gosh, I thought there was something. Well, Wade has actually done a lot here. He's shared pictures and created some shared spaces for us for doing this digital stuff, and so that's really good, and we'll keep moving forward on that. I'm glad Ron, you and Wade were able to do it last weekend. I was on a family. I had a family thing going on, so I didn't. But I'm glad you guys did. So I guess that's it for now. I'll send it back again. K9PQ.
K9PQ, thanks for that. And I see I've got video on finally. This is Dave, KD7CYM. Let's go to Jim, N7QO.
N7QO, thank you, Dave. Well, Ron, thank you for mentioning that, and thanks to you and Wade for doing that. Making progress, a couple steps in the right direction. I'll have to experiment a little bit more and see how it goes. Still haven't decided on a format, but nevertheless, some steps in the right direction here. Yeah, Bob. I know I've been kind of occupied as well. The past weekend was really nonstop busy for me. And I still don't have any video at all on the 1.2 gigahertz downlink. So just FYI on that. So I'm guessing there might not be anything forthcoming other than what you may be seeing on the computer. Let's see. Darn it, I was going to say something else, now I don't remember what it is. Someone was commenting about how nice a day it was, and yeah, it was. Good day for yard work around here. Getting some of the shrubs hacked down for the winter, basically. This may be the last week that it's still light at 8 o'clock, so I don't know. It's like, what happened to the summer? Having said that, next weekend is supposed to be, this coming weekend is supposed to be nice and warm, so kind of looking forward to that. Hope it were warm longer, but okay, but not quite like Phoenix hot. And speaking of Phoenix, has anyone heard anything from Dick lately? Any recent reports? I would appreciate whatever information you have. Back to you, Dave, and 7QO.
7QO, thanks for that. This is Dave, KD7CYM. And let's see, for general information, I had talked with Lee in 7KC this week, and I was telling him about the excitement that we're having with digital TV, and he assured me that the amplifier that he has up at the site will put out 150 watts digital at 1.2 gigahertz, so we wouldn't have to get another amplifier up there for transmitting. That would do it. So anyway, I think Wade needs to talk to Lee, get some exchange going there, seeing a little bit of how it really works and what it's all about. So that's about all the information I've got to pass on. This is Dave, KD7CYM. So let's go up to Ron, KD7QKU.
7QKU. Well, on Saturday, Wade and I talked about transmitting from Cougar, and it sounds like he can transmit from Cougar, digitally on 1.2. It doesn't seem to be a problem. I don't know how, but it's not. Right now, we're using 70 centimeters. We're using, so the other day, I taken all my PC electronics equipment out of my cabinet, put it out in the garage, and I put the flat screen TV in there, and I put Bob's little receiver, and I had ordered, my coax coming in has end connectors on it. It's like, 518 or something. So I needed an adapter, and I figured I needed a pigtail, little flexible adapter. So I ordered one to SMA, from end to end connector to SMA, because that's what the little receiver, Bob's receiver, takes. So I got that today. I ordered 2 of them, just in case the transmitter would take one or somebody else needed one. They're inexpensive. I think I paid $6 a piece for them, something like that. So anyway, I drilled a hole in my shelf and I tied the 518 cable there so it wouldn't put any strain on the SMA connectors. They're kind of small. So anyway, then about 5 o'clock or something, I text Wade and I asked him if he'd turn his transmitter on and put it on the vertical antenna to see if I could receive through my 70 centimeter Yankee that's pointed towards Cougar. He texted me and said he would if he was home, but he was in Las Vegas, so that wouldn't work. So I have to wait until he gets back in order to test that. But we both thought that the signal is so strong that I'd be able to receive it off the side of my beam. But yeah, the picture is just amazing. Solid 5. Not a trace of snow, nothing. You know, I mean, I never had that good a picture on analog. I always had a good picture, but it wasn't like, you know, digital TV, I'm telling you. It was really good. So anyway, I'm excited, he's excited, and I don't know what we have to do up at Cougar, but I think that we can be on the air with digital TV shortly. So happy about that. So back to net, KD7QK.
KD7QKU, thanks for that. And for ID, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net. On the 08 machine, I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. I'll pause in case anybody wishes to join the net. Come forth now. Hearing none, again, welcome to the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the 08 machine. Let's go to Bob, K9PQ.
Okay, thanks, Dave. Well, let's see. I wanted to respond to a few things from Jim. First of all, yeah, that's good news, Ron, on getting the digital set up there, and I'll have to talk with Wade again. I just haven't looked at this for a while, but if I remember right, these are very wideband transmitters and receivers, and I think they will go. I think the same transmitter will go all the way from below 70 centimeters to above 1.2 gigs, so I think we're covered there. Jim, yeah, Zoom. The reason we are not going with Zoom is the same reason, you know, we've been having to, you know, try something else while Richard's been unavailable, and that is Zoom doesn't allow you to have one account and then allow somebody else that doesn't have a paid account to start a meeting. Only the person with the paid account can actually start the meeting, and then anyone can join at that point. So if somebody's unavailable for whatever reason, out of town, sick, whatever reason it might be, you're stuck with Zoom. And we didn't want to have multiple paid accounts. So that's that one. Thanks for the report on the 1.2. Yeah, that what you're saying agrees with what I'm seeing. I think this is typical for when the repeater is not transmitting anything. We just get an ID screen, and that's what I see on YouTube. You know, we have, speaking of sort of redundancy of having multiple people able to start things, James and Wade are our two people that normally will switch the repeater in, and they just both happen to be unavailable right now, so I'm afraid we're stuck. I'm also looking forward to the warm weekend. It might be the last one we have, at least this warm. It's supposed to get into the upper 70s and be sunny, so that'll be a nice way to kind of end out the summer. And I guess that's it. That's what I have. So I'll send it back, K9PQ.
PQ, thanks for that. Let's go to Jim, N7QO.
N7QO, thank you, Dave. And thank you, Bob. I appreciate that information. And let's see. Dave, thanks for the info from Lee. I know that power amp can do 150 watts, but it seems to me that we've never used it to its capacity. I've kind of been scratching my head about that for a couple of years. It seems to me I might get a better signal if we cranked up the power a little bit. So I'm not sure how much we'd use, but even 100 watts digital, that would accomplish something, I would think. The thing with the digital is either you're going to receive it good or you're not going to receive it at all. Whereas with the analog, you could get a sort of a lousy signal and still display something. We definitely need to try the digital. We've been talking about that for, oh man, for sure more than a decade, and it sounds like we're finally making some progress in that direction, thanks to a couple of people here. So thank you for that, gentlemen. Let's see. Yeah, does anyone have the latest news on Dick? What's going on there? Just curious if anyone has anything more recent. The last thing I saw was about 2 weeks ago or so. It looked like he was doing better, definitely in the mode of recovery, but not quite there yet. Back to you, Dave, in 7QO.
In 7QO, thanks for that. This is Dave, KD7CYM. Boy, this digital thing is sounding wonderful that we're coming up to. I've got to get a hold of Wade. I get channel 28 HD TV at my house very clearly, and that's where that tower is in Wade's house. So I might have a direct path between my house and Wade. It should be interesting to see how that would affect everything going with digital, because that's a pretty good haul all the way to Tacoma from Seattle to get a clear picture, and I get all of the channels with channel 28, all the sub-channels. So that's about all I've got to add at this point, so I'm going to send it back up to Ron, KD7QKU.
QKU. Well, Jim, that's the last report we've had from Debbie, Richard's wife. We haven't had anything for almost 2 weeks now. Sounded like they'd gotten Richard a tablet or something. If we were on Zoom or Jitsit or something, he might be able to communicate with us or show us his picture. I don't know, but I'm sure